are you doing?
What?
We're gonna be late for the annual furry convention.
Oh shit, let's go! Gravedigger is a game made by Arxiximus, or whatever his name is. You might have played his other games like The Game Winter, Survival of the Fittest, and Contact 8-888. But I would say that Gravedigger is the most popular out of all of them. Recently the game has officially came out of beta and wiped everyone's progress with the new update. If you want to restore your previous data, try going in-game and type restore data in the chat, which should restore your kills and hours. The new update added a campaign system where you vote for game mode while crossing that specific game mode out when it has been selected. And the first faction to win 4 games has to attack the losing faction's stronghold and take it over. In that stronghold you'll find mainly mounted machine guns, and that's a main gimmick. That one of them has to cross over by the battlefield and the other one has to shoot over them with machine guns. It's pretty fun. They also added a few quality of life things and some weapons were also added, but the best part is the rewards for playing since beta. So the main point of the game is to complete the objective with your team and eliminate the other team while preventing them from completing their objective. The thing that makes this game special is not its corny ass, edgy ass hell theme, but the ability to mine through the map as every game takes place underground. I'm not gonna lore dump on you, but you might be asking some questions like, why are they fighting underground? Why are these guys dressed as Nazis? Why are these guys dressed as knights? So I'll explain it briefly. There was this war, then another war, and I think basically all world events are like ours. After World War I, some factions emerged from quote-unquote nowhere, which is classic Arxiximus writing, being the equivalent to a toddler with a bunch of crayons who's high on a sugar rush being forced to write Lord of the Rings. So these factions just fight a lot, and for some reason both of them lead different parts of the world. Like, I mean, the entire world is led by 2 factions. They start fighting and make the surface of Earth uninhabitable with gases or whatever. So they fight underground because somehow the air isn't as toxic underground. Stupid lore, I know, but you don't really play Arxiximus games for the lore, you know. The game modes currently in the game are Territory Push, Train, Assault, Skirmish, and Skirmish Dreadnought. The more unique ones are Train and Dreadnought, as in Train you're given the option to operate a train that really doesn't do that much. And in Dreadnought I think both teams are given special classes known as Shock Troopers, which are just more geared up. The game also has a cosmetic system which is pretty basic and doesn't really offer that much except some minor changes. Oh, and thankfully if you want to pretend that you're a woman and have long hair, then you need to take off your helmet, which isn't purely cosmetic and actually saves you from one headshot. Your helmet as well as your weapon can both be lost and can be regained from a resupply station. The gimmick of the game is that everybody has a colored lantern attached to them, so everyone can see you coming from a mile away, unless of course changed with a perk or during the game mode modifier, which makes both teams' lanterns yellow. I'm not gonna talk a lot about the controls as there are quite a few, but the main ones are Q to aim or activate some ability, R to reload or open a menu depending on what you're holding, G to activate your class specific ability, F to change your shoulder which you're looking over, and most importantly T to check how much ammo you have left, because you know it doesn't show on the HUD. So you're giving a bunch of World War I weapons to fight with, featuring snipers, silence rifle, a saber as a sidearm instead of a pistol, and shotguns of course. Primaries take up to 2 weight slots, so secondaries take up 1 weight slot. If you have any weight slots that are free, it's given to you as extra ammo, and keep in mind that if you don't have a free slot then you don't start with full ammo and have to go to a supplied crate. The amount of slots you have are different depending on your class and perks, but usually you're only allowed 1 weapon. Most weapons have a certain gimmick, but at the core they are very similar to each other. My advice is to just use the weapons that you find fun, because honestly most of them are equally bad. Also the gun smoke is terrible, so I highly advise shooting in third person. The classes are probably the most fun thing in this game, and they consist of Soldier, Engineer, Medic, Trapper, Lancer, and the Shield Guy. Or that would be the case if those were their actual names, but due to Arxiximus being a really corny and edgy little emo, the classes are named so that Rook, Mortician, Officer, Jaeger, and like, what the fuck bro, what is a Jaeger? Tell me. Lancer and Vanguard. Most of these piss me off, but Officer and Lancer are pretty fitting for their roles. But Mortician? Seriously? The guy's job is to keep you alive, bro. He is a medic. A Mortician wouldn't have any medical equipment, as their job is to keep you alive. Very stupid names, but whatever, let me explain them. Soldier has 3 weight slots, thus can carry a primary and a secondary without any perks. He is the default class and all around the best direct combat class, which is a bummer since he doesn't look half as cool as the other classes. His ability with G is being able to give out up to 3 ammo pouches to teammates. By default, his weapon accuracy and amount of ammo he carries is heightened, so he's an easy starting class. Next is the Rook, whose gimmick is that he has a grenade launcher, which doesn't really kill people but more just stuns them and digs out a bit of terrain. And of course his ability to build barbed wire and ammo crates and barricades. You can also have 3 ammo crates placed at once, so I advise you placing one in spawn if you don't have one there. Mortician has a vial to which you can add 5 different buffs and add them again to strengthen their effect. Buffs are health, speed, digging speed, accuracy, melee speed and poison, which obviously only works for the enemy team. His ability with G is to throw a medkit at a person, instantly healing them. Officer has binoculars which can ping enemies for your team and trench whistles with G, which is pretty self-explanatory. Sadly, as Officer has to wear a hat, you can have a helmet so naturally headshots kill you. Jaeger is a very fun class whose purpose is to trap the environment with smoke bombs and bomb bombs, as well as light lures, which you set up at peeking angles usually, so the enemy team doesn't know when you're peeking. His ability with G throws out a smoke bomb, which I don't feel the need to explain. Lancer is a pretty dumb class, as his thing is that he carries a spear that he can charge with and has 5 hatchets he can throw with G. He can also give people some buffs when he presses T, but I don't really notice it. If you're playing him, make sure to equip the perk that lets you charge better and impale multiple people at once. The last but not least is the Vanguard, who carries a big shield and a sidearm. Pressing Q will put your pistol away and cover your whole body with the shield, so you can serve as a portable cover. Pressing G will bang his shield, giving him some buffs. He carries a battle banner which also gives some buffs to your team. I just don't know what they are. I imagine just accuracy and stuff like that. I'm briefly gonna talk about perks as the video is gonna get too long otherwise, and they are really specific. I personally run Snake Eyes, which instead of killing you when getting shot to your body, just pushes you on the ground and activates a 3-second animation of getting up before you can shoot again. And it also lets you take no damage from falls, but instead you do a dope ass dodge roll on the ground. I also sometimes run Ambidextrous on Soldier, as it allows you to dual wield pistols, and Soldier is the only class which can do that without any perks. In conclusion, I think that Digger is a fun game and is definitely worth your time. A few things I want to mention are that everything costs medals, which you gain by leveling up or surrendering. When you do surrender, the game says that you'll be taken by Jaeger as a prisoner, and I imagine you'll be tortured to death. Bummer. Also, the game supports voice chat, but I haven't really tried it. But it does sound pretty fun. Last but not least, this is a game mainly played by furries, so if I was you, I'd be careful about what I say, because most likely there's some fat, sweaty mod watching over you like Arctic Simmons is watching over untouched children. I was joking.
Or was I?